After months of speculation, we now have new details as to what Cardano's development in Africa is going to look like. Ladies and gentlemen, the two places that they decided to start, quite the subjects for conversation. Stay tuned. Welcome back to another episode of your Digit Hustle News. So if you've been with my channel for a minute, guys, you'll know that we've been watching this Cardano and Africa development for a minute. And as of a couple days ago, we now have full details as to where this development is going to lead in the future. Now, the two sectors, because this is quite the impressive move by Cardano, I must say. Starts with their partnership in Tanzania, partnering with World Mobile to bring internet connectivity to Tanzania. Okay. On top of that, in Ethiopia, they have partnered with the government to revamp the education system. Now, those two moves are very connected. If you think they aren't, then you may be in the wrong field, because in Tanzania, they are bringing internet connectivity to the country. And in Ethiopia, they are ramping the education system. So if you zoom out and take a look at what both of those moves look like together, they're laying a 5G internet network for their new education system to support the new digital economy. Now, let's get into the details of the article. During today's Africa Focus event, well, as recording this video, it's actually 2 days ago, but the Africa Focus event, Cardano's developer IOHK announced a major partnership with blockchain-powered World Mobile. As part of the deal, the two companies will build a new mobile network in Tanzania, a sub-Saharan African country where a large percentage of the population does not enjoy stable internet connectivity. The goal is to provide 100,000 people with access to 5G technology. While it's unprofitable for ordinary mobile providers to expand to remote areas, World Mobile aims to make it possible with the help of the sharing economy system. Separate businesses will be able to run nodes to keep their region connected while reaping rewards in WMT tokens. So, new token to look out for. I'll be on the hunt, see where it can be found. But IOHK will be working on implementing blockchain-powered IDs, leveraging its Italia Prism decentralized identity solution. Now, on the subject of decentralized identity solutions, that leads us into the next move that they made with the Ethiopian government to revamp the education system. Now, Cardano's blockchain technology is going to be used to enhance the educational experience of over 5 million students and 750,000 teachers across the East African nation. It says Cardano is helping the government of Ethiopia leverage blockchain technology to overhaul its education system. What are they using to do it? The Prism ID. Now, the research and development arm behind Cardano is deploying its expertise to provide Ethiopian authorities with a new system for teachers and students identification, grade verification, and remote monitoring of school performance. So basically, guys, the entire education system is being shifted to the blockchain. This is an example of that, real life, right in front of you, going on in Africa. Okay, they boosted the internet speeds so that way they could digitize the school system, right? And if you've been with this channel for a minute, you'll know that they have been in Africa for a couple years. Okay, it states here that since 2019 they've been in Ethiopia, Uganda, Haskell, and other African countries, basically focusing there because that is the highest unbanked population in the world. So this has been in development for quite some time, guys. And now the details of it are coming mainstream. Okay. So the pieces are now going to be able to be put together better. Now, the PRISM ID will allow authorities to create a tamper-proof record of educational performance for 5 million students across 3,500 schools. It will also enable the Ethiopian government to narrow down locations and causes of educational underachievement. We should pay close attention to what those schools are, guys, because you can pretty much guarantee that over the next 5 years, those specific schools will excel for one, and they will be kind of in their own category as the first generation of blockchain schools. Okay, these aren't post-secondary students they're focusing on here. These are children, ladies and gentlemen. They're focusing on children. They're redoing the entire education system. They're revamping the entire internet system. Okay, Cardano is essentially looking to take over Africa. I hate to put it that way, but when you look at the moves that they're making, that's how they're staking their claim. It's through Africa. So, with that being said, guys, I made it a point to stay vigilant. Stay watching Cardano, because I'm not gonna lie, I sold my Cardano. I did, even with the knowledge of this happening, because hey, maybe I don't know everything about this market that I think I know, but at the same time, I've trusted my intuition all this time, and it's never proven me wrong. This happened, and we still sit at $1.20. So, if you're more experienced and if you've been in Cardano for a while and you can explain to me why events like this don't drive the price in any direction, feel free to get at me down in the comments. But the narrative behind it is interesting, to say the least. Okay. It is a very deep topic for discussion because Cardano is in the top 10 for a reason. And if you follow the stories and you follow the breadcrumbs, it's easy to see why. But I just wanted to keep you posted because we have been all waiting for this. We have all been wanting to know just exactly what Cardano was doing in Africa, what Cardano was doing, period. Because there's a lot of developments coming from Cardano, but it's driven by news and speculation. This African relationship is the only thing that I found solid with Cardano. So, will I be getting back in? Yes, but I won't go as deep because this will take time. Cardano short term, I'm not too bullish upon. Cardano 5 years from now, oh, most definitely. But it's not financial advice. That's just my humble opinion. The Cardano community might hate me for it, but I'm still going to love you guys either way. I'm just here to bring you the truth. But with that being said, guys, that's it for this video. I just want to thank you all for coming back to the channel, sticking through this journey with me, this journey into cryptocurrency. Got some very special things coming up for you guys and working on a very secret project. It's going to do wonders. It's going to be my gift to all of you guys for riding with me on this journey. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be the first to know when that releases. Also, get at me on social media. I'm all down in the link section, guys. Get down there, helpful resources, especially if you're new to crypto. But like I always tell you, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, make that money. I'll see you in the next video.
Identity is part of our everyday lives. We use our identity multiple times every day without really thinking about it. When we open a mobile money account, apply for a new loan, pay tuition fees, make a medical appointment, get access to our workplace, or even access to government services. every time we do any of these activities or a million others, we're using our identity. Mobile technology has transformed our world and continues to. From high-end smartphones in developed economies through to simpler devices in developing ones, mobiles have become a part of our everyday life. And because of the rapid evolution in digital infrastructure and connectivity, we are now on the verge of transitioning from a pre-internet way of doing things into a new era of managing our identities online, and that brings up the question, what does transitioning to a digital world look like? In the modern world, we carry our identity everywhere we go, in the form of ID cards, passports, train or bus passes, medical cards, driver's licenses, and the list goes on. Our wallets are stuffed with physical representations of who we are. These forms of identification work because society traditionally recognizes and accepts them as a valid proof of someone's identity. And what we aim to do is give everybody the ability to use digital credentials much in the same way that you use physical credentials today. We are building a way to enable digital trust. And this is where Atala Prism comes in. Much like how we store our credit and ID cards in our wallets, Atala Prism is like a mobile wallet for all your important documents, like government ID, diplomas, health insurance, vouchers, and more that will allow you to own, control, and share these verified credentials independently to any organization, agency, or institution at any time. Just like the framework that currently exists to validate physical credentials, digital identities need a set of standards to validate the authenticity of a digital identifier. When it comes to your digital identity, the decentralized identifier and the verified credentials standards allow you to easily prove who you are in a common format that is widely accepted and recognized, all while keeping your actual identity and personal information safe and secure, and cutting out any middleman. And you might be familiar with the ability to log into third-party services or apps using your Google or Facebook account. And Atala Prism will allow you to do something very similar, but instead of using an account owned by somebody else, you have total control and ownership over what information is shared. And even better, all of your digital identities are stored on your smartphone, which offers greater security and portability. And now let's take a look at how this all works. Meet Joe. He's just an average guy, and he's going to help you understand how the digital credentials process works. Joe downloads the Atala Prism app and registers his account. A unique private DID is created, and this serves as a unique digital ID for interactions with the government services he'll be accessing. The government verifies Joe's ID and scans and records his biometric data to create a unique digital ID. Joe is then issued a digital ID, which is cryptographically signed with the government's DID. Joe's unique identifier is also included in his credentials. The digital ID is stored on Joe's phone and securely backed up in a personal data store. Whenever Joe needs to access any digital service such as social programs, medical or academic records, voting, banking, and even insurance, the service provider can independently and confidently verify his identity without having to ask the issuer, in this case, the government. Websites, apps, or possible employers can all check that Joe's credentials are valid and provide the requested service. So what makes a decentralized identity secure and trustworthy? In one word, cryptography. Joe's credentials are linked to a unique ID that is signed with a cryptographic key. When Joe needs to share his credentials, he creates a secure, private, and trusted connection with the other party. This channel is secured using the credentials associated with each party's DID. Joe can also request the deletion of a shared credential or revoke access to any third party that currently has access to his personal data store at any time. Joe is now in full control of his digital identity. No more lengthy forms. Joe can now sign up for insurance or a host of other digital services with just a single click that uniquely only his new digital ID can provide. And that's why Atala is one of the keys to economic identity across the whole of Africa.